I am so excited, y'all. This is our convention recap. So we've just gotten off of our Believe convention in Las Vegas, and all of the diamonds have gotten together. We've talked about all of the thousands of things and the drinking from a fire hose that we all kind of got over the last few days. And we're going to pour back into y'all the things that we got and notes that we have and information and excitement that we have. So we're going to talk about products. We're going to talk about some tools that were given to us, and then we're going to talk about a really exciting incentive that the company is offering us, and we're going to tell you how to get it. So we want every single person on this call to understand a little bit more about the products, a little bit more about how to grow your business, and a little bit more about what growing your business will look like. So without any other delay, I want to welcome Becky Page and Rachel Neagle to talk about our new products, Vital Biome and X Factor Plus. Take it away, girls.
You know, I'll go ahead and go first, Rach, if you're okay with that. So my name is Becky Page, and I want you guys to know that when Vital Biome got announced in the arena, the MGM arena, I cried. You can ask anyone sitting near me. I started crying. I was so excited. And here's why. I just want to remind you guys, some of you guys have just joined in. Please mute yourself if you can so that everyone can only hear the speaker tonight. So here's what I love about Vital Biome. And then I'm going to try to answer some of the really quick questions that I've been hearing all weekend long and all day long. Vital Biome is different from ProBio 5. So if ProBio 5 changed your life like it did mine, then get ready, hold on to your horses. You're about to have your life changed again. Specifically, what Vital Biome can claim to do because of peer-reviewed clinical studies is that it can claim to improve your mood, to decrease your stress and anxiety, to decrease irritability and anger in just 30 days. This doesn't mean that you're only going to use it for 30 days, by the way. It just means that this is the success rate of these strains. Vital Biome contains 8 different strains of probiotics, okay? So whereas ProBio 5 contained 2 billion, Vital Biome contains much more. ProBio 5 is really, you've probably seen the graphic by now, it is a weed out probiotic. And so what it was intended to do was, through the use of these digestive enzymes, help break down some of that bad bacteria overgrowth that really the majority of the modern population suffers from. So it reduces bad bacteria, which so many of us saw incredible results from. I personally saw a decrease in anxiety and depression just because of ProBio 5. But what Vital Biome can now do is it can actually improve. And it's those first 2 strains of the probiotics. It's the Lactobacillus helveticus and the Bifidobacterium longum, and you do not have to memorize those. All you have to know is it's the first 2 strains on the labels. Those 2 together have, I want to say, like 32 studies attached to them. So what Plexus did is it really shopped the best strains, and it won't tell you how much is in there. That's to protect our proprietary blend, to protect our pending patents that we've got on these products. And what it does is it's going to help boost your mood. But not only that, it's going to help boost your immunity and so many other things that are attached to the use of probiotics. So I want you guys to know that if you are someone who loves details, or you've got someone who loves details, you need to go into your back office under tools and then shareables. You need to specifically go to products and search for the Vital Biome information sheet. It is going to cover literally almost any question that you could have. But tonight, before I turn it over to Rachel Neagle, I want to just cover a few specific questions I've had. One is, do we take Vital Biome instead of ProBio 5? And the answer is no. I'm not going to personally. I'm going to personally continue the use of ProBio 5 because until I eradicate all sugar, any and all processed foods, alcohol, antibiotics, anything else that would cause an overgrowth of bad bacteria, I'm going to continue to use ProBio 5 for those. And so I personally take ProBio 5 at bedtime. I take 2 to 4, just depending on what's going on in my life and my environment, 2 to 4 at bedtime. Now I'm going to start by adding in 1 Vital Biome capsule before breakfast. So because Vital Biome contains this 20 billion, which is a great number, they can guarantee the use of those specific billion CFUs. I'm going to take those on an empty stomach in the morning. Okay. So that would be how you'd add Vital Biome to your regimen. Now you might be asking, well, who do I recommend it to? Well, listen, if you've already got people that are taking triplex, which we have seen huge success from recommending triplex, correct? So I'm going to continue to recommend that, but I'm looking specifically for people who have immunity issues, any sort of mood health issue, everything from basic anxiety to even someone who has like a more intense issue like bipolar disorder. Here's what I want you to know. Vital Biome should not interact with any SSRIs or any mood-enhancing drugs. And here's why. Because it operates on a totally different mechanism that I'm not going to go into. But basically, it will help your brain and your gut naturally produce more serotonin, which an SSRI does not do that. It inhibits your body from reabsorbing serotonin. So you don't have to know all those. Just know that there should not be any medical interaction. If someone is taking a psychotropic med, you can still recommend Vital Biome, okay, for a host of reasons. The last thing I want to mention before I turn it over to Rachel is that it does say on the label that Vital Biome contains brown rice flour, milk, soy, and yeast. And what you need to know is that those 4 things should not be a problem for anyone unless they have, let's say, an anaphylactic allergy. Here's the deal. Those things are caused by the fermentation process. They're not added in, and that brown rice flour is only helped to emulsify the probiotics. So it's so negligible. You should not worry about a gluten allergy, a soy allergy, or a dairy allergy. However, if they're concerned, they can always ask their doctor like usual. I feel like that was a pretty intense download. But again, if you'll go to your information sheet, it's a PDF there in your back office, and download it. Oh my goodness, guys, it'll tell you way more than what I've told you tonight. So I hope that helps.
Thank you so much. Golly, that is so much information, isn't it? All at one time. But you really broke it down into a few things that I think concern us. And I think that's what's helpful is when someone breaks them down. Okay, Nico, I'm going to give you a chance to, there you go. You're unmuted. Go for it.
I'm ready to go. All right. I'm on the clock. Okay. So I think first of all, whenever you're going to start approaching the conversation about a multivitamin with anybody who's a prospect, whether they A, are already on a multivitamin, or B, maybe they don't take one at all. It's good to have some statistics to back up why everyone needs to be on a multivitamin. Some of the statistics that were shared with us were that only 10% of people in the United States get their recommended daily allowance of fruits and vegetables. And then a further complication of that is that the fruits and vegetables that we're eating, even if they are organically grown, are still not as nutrient dense as they were, when our grandparents and their ancestors before them were growing. Fast food sales have increased 2,000% since 1981. And so I love the way that Cindy said this at convention. She said we are overfed and undernourished. And because of that, X Factor Plus is to the rescue. It's the ultimate multivitamin. I think I shared the other day that it's like a multivitamin on steroids because it's so much more than that. Y'all, for years before I took Plexus, I took both a multivitamin product and then I took a separate mineral supplement because it's really hard to find a product that has all the high quality multivitamins that you want that then brings in those minerals and those trace minerals, which are so essential for our health as well. A couple of other statistics to throw at you. 50% of people in the United States are vitamin D deficient. That has huge implications for our mental cognition. It has massive implications for our immune system. According to the American Cancer Society, vitamin D deficiency is at epidemic levels, and it's one of the reasons that we see such high rates of cancer across the board. 90% of people in the United States are deficient in vitamin E and in vitamin A, which have, broad spectrum implications from everything from your immune system to skin health to your eyesight, in addition to kidney function. So the wonderful thing about, listen, X Factor alone was already a great multivitamin, but it was lacking some key things to really take it to the next level. I had the privilege of visiting with Dr. Zhang, who's our product formulator, when I was in Phoenix earlier this year, and he hinted at his plans then to reformulate it to make it a more complete and well-rounded product. It now has 100% of the vitamins and minerals. They're a high potency, highly absorbable, bioavailable form, and it also is good for your gut, which is amazing. Some of the things that they kept, if you guys will remember, I famously cried at Leaders Retreat 2 years ago when they told us that they were switching out the synthetic B vitamins and folate for the methylated versions. You may not understand why that's important, and that's okay, but you're likely going to have people that are going to come to you and say, does it have folic acid in it? You need to reassure them that it does not contain folic acid, but it has the preferred bioavailable version of methylated folate and B12. They have additionally added vitamin K2 as a modification. Vitamin K2 is really important for cardiovascular health, but it's also really essential. Remember, I mentioned 50% of the people are deficient in vitamin D. Vitamin K2 is a cofactor for vitamin D absorption. So the fact that they've added it means that we're going to be able to even better absorb that vitamin D now. One of the things that they noticed when they did the in vitro clinical studies on this is that there's a compound in our body called ammonium, and ammonium is not good. It basically means there's toxicity building up in the body. This vitamin reduced ammonium by 18%. The vitamin contains no gluten, no GMOs, no fillers, no magnesium stearate is in it anymore. And as I mentioned already, it has highly bioavailable nutrients. And because of that, and polyphenols, it helps the gut microbiome to thrive. Yes, it does still include the aloe blend. That's another one of the reasons that it is so bioavailable. If y'all remember, our studies on our old X Factor showed that the addition of aloe to vitamins really helped with the body's ability to absorb them. So some key things that I want you to remember when you're thinking about recommending people X Factor Plus is that it has a lot of very beneficial heart health and cardiovascular benefits. It helps to support blood pressure levels, promotes healthy skin, hair, and nails, helps to protect against free radical damage. It actually helps to boost our energy levels and help our metabolism. It's going to promote mental clarity and concentration. It also helps to improve mood. It also helps to reduce some of the physical symptoms of menopause or perimenopause, like hot flashes, low energy, irritability. Big thing for me that we can now make a claim about, it helps to support healthy thyroid function. One of the key additions to this is that they added the chelated version of selenium. Chelated means it's in the original amino acid form, and selenium is imperative for thyroid health, especially for those with Hashimoto's or Graves' disease. It also helps to support eye health and night vision. Y'all, I have struggled with my night vision for the last couple of years, so I'm really excited about this. And as I mentioned before, it helps with that cognitive function. It still has all of the amazing benefits that X Factor had before. We've now just added the benefit of a mineral profile, and we now we absolutely know that we are free of binders. It has a slow rate of absorption, or binders that slow the rate of absorption, sorry. And like I said before, non-GMO, 100% vegetarian, and gluten-free. There isn't anybody that you know that doesn't need to be on this product. I have gotten some questions this week regarding its safe use as a prenatal vitamin. I don't see anything that would contraindicate that, but as always, check with your OBG about that. They are going to be the expert on whether or not it is a good prenatal. So I hope that I answered any and all questions, and I'm going to turn it back over to Andrea.
Okay, Rachel, the one thing that we need to ask you is, how do you take X Factor Plus and Vital Biome with thyroid meds? Can you clarify that?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So I don't see any contraindication to taking Vital Biome with a thyroid med. My only concern is that the sort of regimen that they gave us coming out of Leaders Retreat was that Vital Biome should be taken in the morning with Slim. So if you take your thyroid meds in the morning, you're still going to have to space that out from Slim. X Factor, because really just across the board with supplements outside of like a probiotic, I would recommend separating it out by 30 minutes from your thyroid med. There's not any calcium or iron on it, I don't believe. Let me double check real quick. Oh no, I'm sorry. It does have calcium in it, so it needs to be kept separate from thyroid meds by 2 to 4 hours.
So your recommendation would be take your thyroid meds in the morning, then when you take your Vital Biome and your Slim together, which you are normally spreading out anyways, by what do you usually say, 2 hours? Thyroid meds.
Tell you how I take mine, how I'm doing it. Would that be easiest? So if you are on a desiccated thyroid medication like Armour, Nature-Throid, Westroid, or MP Thyroid by Acela, then you need to separate it out from Slim by 2 hours. I personally drink my Slim first thing in the morning, and then I take my thyroid meds at around 10 a.m. You could easily reverse that. If you are on a synthetic medication, yes, I can type it out. If you're on a synthetic medication like levothyroxine or Synthroid or Tyrosint, y'all, the latest best research shows that you're better off taking your thyroid medication at nighttime because it has such a long half-life. You're going to get the best benefit of taking that medicine if you switch it to nighttime. And there are no contraindications with taking those thyroid meds with ProBio 5 or BioCleanse or Mega X, which I know most of us take at bedtime. I'll write this out, though, in the notes.
Thanks. And I want y'all to know we are going to take all of the things that are going on in chat. We're going to copy and paste them. We're going to go through them, see if there's any other questions that y'all had that we didn't answer. But if we went through all of these chats while we were talking, we'd probably be here for 2 hours because y'all would continue to ask questions. So we will get to all these chat questions, and it may be a post that we put on the team pages after this call, kind of a follow-up part 2 of convention. I know that y'all have tons and tons of questions, and some of them will have to be your research. Remember, when we're doing all of this, we don't know everything about everything. We got Vital Biome and X Factor Plus at the exact same time. If y'all saw my pictures, and if you could have heard Rachel Neagle squealing, you would have known she knew very little about Vital Biome and X Factor Plus prior to them launching. We knew nothing about them. So it's really exciting, but we're learning right alongside you. So you feel free to type your questions in the chat, and we're going to get back to you on those answers so that we can go research them. The same way that if your customer is asking you, what do I take? How do I take this? You can go, I don't know. Let me go find out, and I'll get back to you. Okay, so next is going to be Angie and I talking about some tools that we experience. So the great thing is we have these products. One of the things we don't know is how do I get this information into people's hands? And there's 2 different ways right now. And I want to first address, if you have been a little excited about Rank Up Roadmap since Super Saturday, it's out. It's there. It's in your back office. Go to Tools. Go to Rank Up Roadmap. It's available for you. And they have written out and done all the videos for going silver, which no matter what rank you are, even if you're a diamond ambassador, you have the opportunity to go through that. And y'all have already started going through the videos. I watched Jen's video. I got through a couple of the other videos today, and they're really good. And one of the things people ask us, and all of us that are diamonds on this page, and how we went so fast, is the basics. We went back to basics. And y'all, that's what Rank Up Roadmap is. It takes you back to the basics. It takes you back to how we all began, how we started. And it almost takes the managerial side out of this and the kind of the operational side out. It just goes back to sharing, making your list, contacting your list, following up with your list. So if you've ever wondered how to get to the next rank, you have to go silver every month. And that can be at any level. And I promise you, even at the diamond level, we are still trying to go silver every month and getting 3 ambassadors. And sometimes we have to remind ourselves and kind of put ourselves back in that going silver place. So I would challenge every single ambassador on this call to go silver again with Rank Up Roadmap, to at least go through each one of those videos. And if you just want to do one a day, it'll take, there's 21 of them. So if you want to do one a day, that'll take you about 4 weeks, 4 weeks. I got to do math in my head, 4 weeks. So about a month out, and you will have gone through the whole thing. Now, Lexi, who is excited about Lexi? We developed it ourselves in-house, and they actually did all of the videos, all of the materials in about an 8-week period. And so it was done extremely fast, but it was done. And I will say, Alec gave me a little heads up on this when I was in Minnesota a few weeks ago, and y'all, he was so excited. And the way he kept saying it is a virtual assistant. Everything you have, all of your lists will get plugged into an app, and you'll keep track of everybody on an app. I mean, how many of us have been looking for that? Where can we get an app where we can plug in? Guys, make sure you're muted. If you're not muted, I'm going to mute all again and unmute myself. If I was doing that now. Okay, so what it does is it plugs all of your prospects, all of your former and current customers, and your ambassadors into an app. But y'all, do not, stop now, do not go in and plug every single person's information in. You must ask them first. Before I plug Becky Page in as an ambassador on my team and I put her on a run or sprint track, I need to ask her, Becky, which track do you want to be on? Before I put a prospect on there, I need to decide, are they a 7-day trial prospect? Maybe they've been taking Slim for 7 days, and you need to tell them, hey, I'm going to put you I'm going to send you an email every day. Is that okay with you? Is it okay with you if I send you information every day about Vital Biome, about X Factor Plus, about the new Slim? Y'all, those are the things that they are sending prospective customers and ambassadors. There's also an opportunity one. Can I send you an email every day? Because it's coming from you. It's not coming from Lexi. It's going to come from you. Can I send you an email? Well, every day is a lot. Well, how about Monday, Wednesday, Friday? Can I send it to you Monday, Wednesday, Friday? I can manage 3 days a week. So you set that up in that track that it'll send them an email about that Monday, Wednesday, Friday. And you can split it up. Maybe you want to do Slim for a week, and then maybe you want to switch their track and switch them to Vital Biome, and then switch it again and switch it to the opportunity. You get to pick all of that, but it keeps track of it in Lexi. So I want to tell you a few things about Rank Up Roadmap first. So it's 2 separate, and here's how I would separate them. Rank Up Roadmap is your new ambassadors. Anyone that signed up in the month of probably April and May and signing up in June, you want to make sure they're getting in and really getting down and dirty in Rank Up Roadmap. It is going to cover how to figure out your time management, which we all could have used at the beginning. Anybody in the beginning could have used some time management. And Me Plus 3, we didn't even learn about the power of 3 until some of us were Ruby Senior, Ruby or Emerald. We didn't even know it existed. Your color strengths, so how you work well and how you work well with others. And then keep going. You're going to get down to a congratulations video by Alec and our president. And it's going to kind of lead you into Lexi, which is a great lead-in. I really think that everybody should go through Rank Up Roadmap and at least be going silver consistently before you add them into Lexi. I think Lexi is going to be a little more intense than Rank Up Roadmap. You're going to have prospects who want the opportunity, who you send a Slim sample to, Vital Biome and X Factor Plus. You're going to have current and former preferred customers, and again, ask them first. Don't just start plugging them in here. Who are interested in the Slim, who are interested in Triplex. And here are a couple of things that I want you to notice. So many of y'all have been asking for training. This is the exact same training. Whether, and I was telling my husband about this tonight, whether I'm signing up a new ambassador and I'm training a new ambassador, or a brand new ambassador has signed somebody up, that ambassador is going to get the exact same training. And that's what's so great, is there won't be a lot of dilution as it gets further down. You won't feel like, golly, I didn't have anybody train me. How am I going to train a new person? You have it all. It's all accessible to you. Rank Up Roadmap, Lexi, they're both great, great tools. So, and Angie worked on a few scripts, and so I want to hear from Angie how you would invite someone to these options and then how you're going to get them plugged in. Angie, you ready? You're muted.
I thought I hit it. I'm sorry. I was just talking away. So I am really, really excited about this because I feel like this is such a good opportunity to maybe get some of those inactives back that we're feeling like we're in the business. It was too much with time management, customer retention. And so, one thing I thought of is, kind of reaching out to all of my downlines. And here's just an example script of what I have and something that I would send to an inactive that maybe stopped doing the business because of lack of time, customer retention, follow-up, or something like that. So, I just say, hey, Susie, I just got back from convention. And there were so many exciting things announced that made me think of you. I know that when you were working the business, one of your main concerns was customer retention and lack of time. What if there was a tool available to you so you could manage your business and be more successful? Would you be interested? And that's just, how many of us had people on our team where it's just, they get to gold and it's so much to have to figure out how to manage these customers, how to follow up with these customers. And then time for these people that work these, 2-3 jobs. I'm really helping them manage it and leverage it with using Lexi. And so, from there, I would begin to tell them about Lexi and how that would do, and I would introduce them to that. Another thing I thought of is the products. I know that I have several people that, they didn't take Plexus because they didn't like the taste of the Slim. Well, I'm kind of thinking like Charles, just drink it. But, we sometimes to be sensitive to that and let them know, hey, I know that, I just got back from convention. There's exciting things announced. Maybe you've seen, I know that you mentioned that you didn't like the taste of the Slim. Well, it's been reformulated, and then maybe kind of go into, it's a watermelon, raspberry, lemon flavor all in one. It's got a prebiotic, and I kind of have a little, write-up that I can share with you on that. Or, maybe that this person was asking for a little more in their probiotic, was wanting something that I know that you struggle with anxiety and mood swings, or I know that you are going through premenopausal, menopausal symptoms and having hot flashes. Like, introduce those new products to them. This is the perfect time to work towards getting those inactives, getting those old customers back on board and getting excited about working the business or taking these new products. Hello, can you hear me?
Okay. Yeah, I love it. Angie was really quick today to point out to me that they give you a script. So I looked at this today on sending someone a prospect. I'm glad you liked maybe Slim. I love it. I also love helping others discover it for themselves. I'd love to send you more information on how we can share what we love. If I did that, would you take a few minutes every day for the next few days to watch a video and follow up with me? Then firm up the action for the next steps by asking what time would be the best to have a phone call. Schedule that call. Y'all, they literally give this to you on the app. It is on the app they give you that script. If you can't see that, it doesn't really matter, but I'll send it to y'all. But you can screenshot that yourself. I literally screenshot every single conversation. They tell you how to have these conversations. They tell you what to do with them. They do not leave you high and dry at any point in time. Anybody on this call that says they do not have a strong upline does not have an excuse. You no longer have an excuse. Lexi can act as your upline. Now, having a great upline definitely helps for a lot of reasons, but if you don't have a strong upline, or if your upline is new as well, this will give you all the tools you need. And if you don't feel like you have enough here, go to Rank Up Roadmap and do that at the same time. Do whatever it takes to give you the tools and the knowledge. But I think Angie gave us some great scripts. She gave us some great scenarios. And we're going to just continue to work with Lexi. And as we all learn things, we will share them, I promise. Okay, now that we have an idea about the products that we were given, some of the tools we were given, let's figure out what to do with all these things. So regardless of what personality you are, you've now gotten research, happy greens. You've now gotten tools. I think that may be happy yellows. But we're about to make blues and reds happy on here. We're about to tell people that love incentives in a party and love the challenge of going all the way to whatever their goal is. We're going to tell them how to hit both of those things. So if you don't know, this is my favorite part of the entire year is Leaders Retreat and contest. So Julia and Lindsay are going to tell us all about it.
Hi, I'm Julia, and I will be honest, I was sitting there as Nigel and Becky were yapping, and I was just like, the green in me is absolutely zero, and I was thinking, let's just get to the fun part. As much as I am so thankful for amazing products, but in my mind, those are just going to be tools to help us get new customers and new ambassadors and share even more to help us get to Leaders Retreat and win all the prizes. Am I frozen? Because y'all are all frozen. Am I okay? Give me a thumbs up. I guess I can't. I'm just going to keep talking until y'all tell me to stop. Okay, I'll keep talking. So yes, Leaders Retreat. Now, let me just tell you a little bit of story of myself. Leaders Retreat about 3 years ago was my very first Plexus event. It was actually in Orlando, Florida, where it's going to be this year. So I was so excited when they announced that it was going to be in Orlando again. Andrea actually took me as her guest to the $5,000 shopping spree to Bloomingdale's. So that was my very first experience with Plexus, was the shopping spree. Now, I will tell you, I think Andrea did that. Yes, smart move, Andrea. She kind of lit a fire under me. And I'll tell you, those types of things typically do not motivate me, but there is nothing like someone giving you just a ton of, hey, go shopping. So I am very excited. It's definitely my favorite event. And the reason for me, just honestly, I think it's because it's way more intimate. I mean, convention is fun. It's huge. Everybody's there. We just got done. We're all kind of tired because we go. But Leaders Retreat, to me, the reason you want to get there is because you're just going to have a lot more downtime in a way. It's going to be a lot more team building. That's where I really get to know my team. It's where I get to spend time with them. You see the blue in me is coming out. I like the training that we get from there. I just always tell my team, I want you at every event, but if you have to choose, do not miss Leaders Retreat. You do not want to miss it. If you want to be part of this company, if you want to be a leader, you need to make it there. And so to me, it's just the number one event in Plexus that you do not want to miss. And honestly, when you break down the numbers, it is doable. I joined in July and I made it there in October. So there's going to be people who are not even on our teams yet right now that are going to make it to Leaders Retreat. So if you are on this call tonight, there is absolutely no excuse, no reason that you can't work hard, recruit, get your PV up, and get there. So Elrob's going to kind of give you her kind of take of watching me go to Leaders Retreat that first year. Lindsay?
Right. Y'all, when Julia started posting, I can remember about 3 specific product posts that are still in my brain. I can still see the pictures. But honestly, I don't remember anything about the business at all until I saw her actually in Orlando. And I can still see her pictures. And I was thinking, oh my goodness, like she's really making money. I didn't know it was a free trip. I just thought she was there and she was just like hanging out with all these friends. And I was at home with milk all over her and taking showers and forever. And I was like, that was like so much fun. So I just, if you guys have team pages, go ahead and start posting your old Leaders Retreat pictures now on your team page. Start posting little like snippets of memories and things that you've been doing, because that will really encourage your teammates. It really is so much fun. You get to kind of rub shoulders with people that you've been trained by and mentored by, like those of you that have been, watching YouTube videos forever. And you're like, oh my goodness, you feel like you're kind of like with the cream of the crop, and you are. So that was kind of like my first, like, wow, she's really doing something with the business type posts I remember. And I know that there are a ton, y'all, of posts floating around, like with broken down, okay, if you get this many customers and this PV and this many ambassadors, kind of like prepping it for you. But Brooke Smith, who's just Sapphire on under Julia, under Rebecca Williams, she has made the most like simple, put the cookies on the bottom shelf chart for us. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it's got every single prize, starting with actual literature all the way up to the shopper and spree that you can win. And she's got it broken down. I mean, like just simple. And I will tell you, y'all, my first leaders retreat, I had no idea how to track this stuff. I really didn't understand the math. I really didn't understand the numbers. I was excited. I thought I was keeping up with it. But y'all, I was 40 points. It makes my stomach sick. 40 points away from the shopping spree. And if I listen back now,
that's 4 people. Oh. She missed shopping spree by 4 people because she did not track.
But I didn't, honestly, I just didn't know how to. And so this is what I'm telling you. Get it on a sheet of paper. Y'all are working this business as a business. If you're a hobby, you kind of check stuff off here and there, but this is a business. You need to have something written down so that you're going by it every day. Track your stuff. Track your PV. Track your new customers. And for y'all that are new, you may not know. If you have a new customer, let's say that you have a new customer that has to have, is it 50 PV or 65 PV? I think it's 50 PV. You can get 10 credits for that, but you can also get 10 credits when they upgrade as an ambassador. So be aware of those little tricks and things that really, y'all, our company is doing this for really what we should be doing anyway. They're providing this and incentivizing this for things that we should really already be doing in our business anyway. So take advantage of this generous gift. And again, get with your upline, y'all. If you need help strategically trying to figure out what goal you want. I'm looking at this right here, I could give you all the different numbers and I could spend an hour trying to break down and strategize with you. But I think if you see this tracker, and I'm sure that Andrea can share it on her team page, get with your upline and say, okay, this is my goal. This is where I want to be. Can you help me with a game plan? And I guarantee you, y'all, the game plan is going to be the same thing. Posting attractively, posting strategically, messaging people strategically, following up intentionally. It's going to be the same basic stuff that Andrea was talking about that's from the Rank Up Roadmap. There's nothing new. We could put some glitter on it and make it fancy, but it's the same basic stuff. So I really encourage you to get with your upline and kind of make your own individualized plan.
And something I'll add there is I kind of work my leaders retreat kind of like I did when I was trying to rank up. I never really focused on me. Now, we do want you to keep track of your points, but find your downline and find their goals. You need to coach them because if, say, your goal is to get that Disney World, I took away the thing. If your goal is to hit the Disney World, then if you have 3 or 4 people right up under you whose goal is that $750 cash, you're going to naturally hit that Disney World. Just like I'm not going to focus, I promise you, on the shopping spree for the next 3 months. That's not what motivates me. What motivates me is that I know I have about 4 or 5 level 1s that's their goal. And if I help them hit their goal, I'm just going to naturally hit mine. And guys, I always say this, and it's the same thing with ranking up. If you're trying to hit Emerald, you're just wanting to get your downline rubies and senior rubies. It's going to be a lot more joyful, a lot less stressful, and a lot more fun. But do not miss Leaders Retreat. Even if you're brand new and you say, I just need that 700 and I think it was 65 points. They changed it this year to get there. 775 points to get there. Get there, and you can do it. So. I
love that chart shows you as well that just getting there, you can get there on your PV. So just helping tons of people get healthy on these products, even if the growing the business part is really foreign to you, I think you'll start adding those up anyways. When you start trying to get customers, you naturally will get ambassadors. But I think that if you shoot to that $2,500 PV every single month, if that is your goal, you'll get not only Leaders Retreat, but you'll also get the $150 fund money if you hit that $2,500 in PV. And Amanda Andrews is right. Make sure you're looking at personal volume amounts, not actual dollar amounts. So I have some of the new charts. So like if you are doing, say, body cream, bad example because it's almost the exact same. But like Mega X is $29.95, but it's only $25 in PV. So make sure you're looking at that price difference, especially when you're looking at getting new customers. You want to make sure that it's $50 PV, not $50 that they're spending. So make sure there's those little details that you're paying attention to. You're responsible for your own business. but this is a great chart to help you. And we will put this on all the team pages. As we'll send this out to all the diamonds so everybody has it. We'll make sure that all the diamond pages have it on there, and then everyone can share it on their own pages as well. Brooke Smith is not only absolutely adorable, but also really smart. Great combination. So I'm really excited. And y'all, I'll be honest, I love the shopping spree. This will be my 4th year if I earn it this year. And it does not stink. It is a lot of fun. They do a breakfast. They give you gift cards. If you don't spend them all, you can spend them all year long. I'm not somebody that doesn't spend them all. I have a feeling Julia is someone that probably holds on to them and spends them later. There were diamonds that were looking for their gift cards right before convention this year so they could buy all their convention clothes, and they couldn't find their gift cards. I just spend them all right then and there. But if you are not a spender, a great thing to do too is to buy team gifts all year long. And a lot of people will buy great gifts to be able to do really fun incentives all year long, or to give to their leaders that got them there. It really is a great trip. Leaders Retreat always has a great speaker. We always have some fun surprises from corporate. There's always been a really fun kind of a party event. We've had Halloween parties in the past. I don't know if we'll do that again this year since it's a little earlier. It's not quite as close to Halloween. But the company does not scrimp on anything. Like, it is to the nines. The Gaylords are a blast. Since we'll be in Disney, a lot of people will bring their families. Julia was talking about what a great resort it is for families. So if you're looking for that, it's just such a fabulous trip all the way around. And Orlando is just so much fun. How much more fun with friends. I super encourage you. Do not miss this. And as you are signing people up, encourage them to really understand this contest. And if they maybe don't really understand how to, share the products with people or share the opportunity with people, give them a little bit of an incentive. You don't know even if this incentive doesn't get you going, it might get somebody else going. It might be just what they're looking for. You have no idea how many friends you have out there. And I bet on this call of 450 people, I bet half of y'all have a trip to Disney for your family on your dream board. And we were just talking about this the other day, that most people have that on there. I know it was on Julia's when she was, trying to rank up. Taking her family to Disney mattered. Y'all, one of the incentives here is to take you and 3 other people to a Disney experience. And I don't know if that means we're renting out the park, or if they've closed down part of it, or if it's just we're taking it over, or what. And we haven't gotten all the details, but I want to tell y'all, I want to earn that on both of my positions so I can take my entire family. We've never gone as a whole family to Disney, even though I've been a diamond for years. It's just been something, it's like, I just don't know if we can all go, and what will that look like? And y'all, Plexus is literally gifting that to us. If we put in the work that Lindsay said that they're already required just to do anyways, Plexus is saying, if you do what we ask you to do, we'll give you this huge gift at the end. And who doesn't at least want to try for that? So don't count yourself out. I promise every single one of y'all has the opportunity to earn at least getting to Leaders Retreat, which will help your business and your credibility just huge. So I am so excited. I think we have covered so much in a very short period of time. And I am going to go through the chat. I'm going to pull it all up, and we're going to answer some of the important questions we didn't get covered. And we'll make sure that y'all get things like charts and information from Rachel and Becky on products. I included the Lexi registration link in the chat, so if you need to scroll back up and grab that, make sure you register for Lexi. And we just got an email that the $15 off a quarter ends tomorrow. So you want to register for Lexi in the next 24 hours. I think it's very, very important for you to have this as a business tool. Do not miss out on this. If you still don't understand how to use it, watch videos. Watch videos, ask your upline, ask questions on your team page. Somebody will get the answers to you. I hope you all have a great night, and I cannot wait to see all of you at Leaders Retreat. Talk to y'all later.